It is time for another Tuneday. Like you said, we're here from Judd from Kiss 98.5, and today we're catching you up to speed on everything you need to know in the world of music. We're talking about music news, kind of covering everything from major successes to a major flop we're going to get to. But
Major flop.
But let's get to the first one. We're talking about a new video from John Legend that has a pretty powerful, pretty feel-good message attached to it.
Yeah, John Legend, I guess, is still going on the road of his first single, kind of that slow. He's a crooner. That's just kind of what he does. And this one is not only that slow kind of song that you know and you love about John Legend, but it's about Chrissy Teigen again. And it has a kind of a cool message of this new campaign he's leading that you might see trend on Twitter called Operation Girl. And so it's all about kind of feeling good about yourself and being positive, and it's just a good song that is not necessarily one that you're going to get up and dance to, but one that makes you feel good about yourself. It's called You and I.
And you know, something about John Legend is when he comes on in the car when you're driving, guaranteed to sing along.
Sing along, crank it up, and just belt out those heartfelt lyrics.
Well, we want to move on to a song and someone that is making music that you definitely can dance to, get pumped up, and we're talking about Iggy Azalea because she is breaking records.
Yeah,
right?
She broke 2 records last week on the Billboard chart. She has spent 6 weeks. This is actually now the 7th week at #1 with Fancy. She dethroned Lil' Kim, which you may have heard their little tiff they've had going back and forth. Lil' Kim held the record for Lady Marmalade and for 6 weeks at #1. She broke it with 7 weeks at #1 with Fancy. She also is #1 with Fancy, #2 with her song with Ariana Grande, and she is the first female artist to ever hold the #1 and #2 spot ever, and the only time it's been done was by the Beatles in the 60s.
So you wouldn't necessarily think that Iggy Azalea and the Beatles have much in common, but they're both, you know, she's on this huge fire streak. Really.
Yeah, she is one of the hottest artists to definitely watch, and there's a lot more to come from her. Her new single's called Black Widow, and you'll definitely be hearing it on the radio.
And for someone that is having absolutely no luck in their romantic life and their musical career, we're talking about Thicke.
You gotta feel bad for him just a little bit.
How bad should we feel, though? Give me some of the stats on how his record's doing, because I think that is where it gets a little bit almost humorous.
Yeah, so last Tuesday, Thicke debuted his new album, Paula, named after his estranged wife, Paula Patton. It sold 24,000 copies in the United States. You think, okay, that sounds great. The first week of his Blurred Lines record sold 117,000, so, you know, not that great. Where it gets a little humorous is in Canada, it sold 550 copies. In the UK, it sold 530 copies, and in Australia it sold 52 copies.
And we're not, that's not like a ratio, that's just
52 copies.
I know some local bands that when they play at Larkinville, they sell more than 52 copies.
Yeah. So I think people are getting a little tired of Thicke's kind of, we get it, you messed up, your wife left you, you didn't need to name a whole album after her, you didn't need to come up with 12 songs about her, it's a little sad.
And you've heard some of the songs.
Privately.
You've heard some of the songs, and they are kind of just sort of self-indulgent and not
His
very enjoyable.
His new single is called Get Her Back. Definitely a video to look at on YouTube. It's basically a video of him and a girl that looks like her. See how that kind of got him in trouble the first time with Blurred Lines, and text messages that pop up on the screen that are probably 100% absolutely real. Text messages between him and his ex-wife after they got separated.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Judd. You'll be back for another Tuneday. Take it from us. Enjoy some Iggy Azalea. Maybe avoid that Thicke. Keep it at 52 Australia. But